it still is cocaine. Tested positive. You're looking like you're in disbelief. Do you not think it was there? I mean, what made you think like school property is a good choice for it?
A special education teacher was busted with drugs on school grounds. And now, as you might have guessed, she's facing some charges. Newly released body cam footage obtained by Law&Crime is giving us a closer look at the police investigation, and we're going to break it down for you right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law&Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. A former teacher from Salem Grade School in Wisconsin was charged with drug possession after police discovered she had cocaine while on school property, the double whammer. Now, what happened was before police showed up, 42-year-old special education teacher, Kayla Fasko, was forced to take a drug test. Why? Because staff members thought she may have been under the influence of drugs during school hours. She ends up failing that drug test, and she was forced to resign from her position. But here's the thing. She had apparently left her belongings in her classroom. So what happens? October 16th, a deputy from the Kenosha County Sheriff's Office was called to the school to search those belongings. And that is how they made this shocking discovery of the drugs. That discovery was captured in newly released body cam video that we're going to show you right now. So when officers arrived at the school, they were given a box of Fasko's belongings by a concerned school staff member who told them that he observed Fasko looking or acting erratically. Take a look.
The box. Like I said, I have no idea what's in it, so.
Yeah, which is why we're here. Until they get it. Not a problem.
Recording. Mounted. Wi-Fi disconnected.
Part of that situation.
Yeah.
I wasn't part of that. I got moved in obviously once. We knew there were other things. And...
Yeah, no, this is definitely, especially school regulations, like if you're suspicious of it,
right.
Students and teachers don't have any expectation of privacy
Right.
on school property. So, and all of the policies and procedures all state that. So, as long as you rope me in, I'm all good to help you out and do this kind of stuff.
Appreciate it.
He'll complain about it, but he loves it.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody it's a secret.
It's just wild. So she ended up being chapter?
No, Crisis came out and talked to her.
Yeah, I knew after the initial conversation we had, it didn't go well. It's all kind of, I heard I was out for a couple days at a training last week when it all kind of went down, or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I hope she didn't, but she was.
It's on your camera.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
a lot of
So
things.
later, when you need a good laugh, you just go back.
Just gonna go back. Just see.
See me holding up and smiling.
Just shaking uncontrollably and like twitching, like. And then she tested positive. We found out yesterday, so.
Yeah, I know they said that the test takes a while to come back from them, so. Because she does have medications.
Yeah, she said that. She said she's on Adderall. And then before that, she basically was a little bit dying, so.
So you said she's coming back to pick up her property?
So, well, we haven't been able to confirm a date with her. Basically, she's going to come and pick up, like, her stuff.
What kind of stuff? I mean, would it be easier if we just dropped it off somewhere?
I think there's other things in that room. I don't even know.
I just was making sure, like, it wasn't easier for you. Like, it's easier if it's easier if she doesn't come back to the school,
Right.
we can assist with that.
I mean, I would appreciate. I mean, that would be great. I don't know. I think like the rest of the team are like, I don't know if this microwave is hers or not. I don't know if these cleaning supplies
How
are
long has she
hers
been
or not. Not even a year. So a month, 2 months.
Gotcha. But you don't want to. You want to be sure she gets everything.
Yeah, I don't want to make sure she.
This doesn't need to be a bigger thing than it needs to be, right? Okay.
And I think part of obviously our concern is like that's a young group of special education students in there, so God forbid, like if something's going there a little bit hidden in there, or just something like they get into it, and
What a crazy case, right? Look, we really appreciate you guys following this story and all the stories that we cover here on Sidebar. And you know what? Let me just say something. Let me call it out. Totally unrelated. Any of you business owners out there who watch our videos, maybe those of you thinking of starting a side hustle, well, if so, we have this great sponsor that we partner with. It's called Odoo, and I think you'll love it. It's a free all-in-one business management software that provides you with a range of applications that helps with the day-to-day of owning a business. Now, I'll give you an example. I'm the host and executive producer of a YouTube show called Prime Crime. It's on the Law&Crime YouTube page. I want you to watch this. With Odoo's website builder application, I can easily and for free build a Prime Crime website using their super easy-to-use tools like AI copywriting and drag and drop. Look how easy that was. 5 minutes later, I now have primecrime.com. So thank you to Odoo for sponsoring Sidebar. Thank you for getting me a Prime Crime website. Really appreciate it. You can build your website now too. The domain is free for the first year. You just got to use our link odoo.com/LC-Sidebar3. Now, as investigators continue to look inside of that box, they eventually find a black handbag that's labeled with the word teacher. And although the bag seemed empty at first, the officer soon discovered something very concerning. Take a look.
You know what I appreciate about him? He's straightforward.
Oh, he is straightforward. I didn't know. Crap. For sake. I'm gonna get the superintendent.
Vicky King. You know who that is. Yup.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to her later. I will, but we're okay. Not here anymore. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, everybody knows who that is now.
Yeah.
I'm glad your camera's here.
Yeah.
I lied.
Hopefully it's a clear picture because my camera sucks.
You take my pictures?
So can we?
Well, first we can test it.
Okay.
You don't by chance have something in your car, do you?
Nope. Bro, they yell at us if we take those.
Yeah, they say that.
I can check. I might have one.
Well, I'm really happy that you did not go through this.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call on being nervous.
She was just acting weird at school. So I think then we'll probably have to go through. It was in her bag.
I'm sorry?
That was in her bag.
Yeah, it was in that bag.
It's all in there. Like, there's something to do it with as well.
Oh, really?
It's a kit. Every user has one. I was hoping to God that wasn't going to be the case.
Hidden inside the bag was a sandwich bag, and inside that sandwich bag was a white powdery residue. There was also a small cut straw and a corner of a baggie, both of which had a similar residue. So before doing any testing of this substance, authorities were pretty certain that it was cocaine. The only problem, they weren't so sure they could prove it belonged to Fasko.
You know what we're not going to be able to prove?
Use.
How many people touch this thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to charge it. Unless we can get her to admit it.
Yeah, I was here for that chapter a couple weeks ago.
It was a chapter?
It came out as a chapter just because crisis was coming.
Right, I got you. So then it ended up being...
They said she was walking towards the
Shut
road.
up!
I see you again.
Well, so here's what's up. Unless we get her to admit that, you told me yourself that you have no idea who packed the box.
So I believe
How
it
many
was
people
Kat.
touched all
So
this stuff?
Kat's the one that packed everything up in there.
So unless I can talk to them and get them to say, yeah, this is 100% hers, but it's not like it has her name on it. And will I question her about it? Absolutely. Now, am I glad you didn't touch this stuff and now we can absolutely get rid of it? 100%, right? However,
oh my God.
However, I don't, as far as charging goes, it's going to take a little bit for us to figure that out now. Because
Cat.
people, but my point being, someone grabbed the stuff, put it in this box. I didn't know, and I'm not saying.
We didn't know.
We didn't know. So I went in there.
I'm not looking to charge her, right? That's not the goal of this.
Yeah.
And I told him earlier, get it out of here.
Mm-hmm.
This school can be safe, right? That's our goal.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him in the beginning. I have no problem going through this stuff 100%, especially if you don't feel safe doing it.
Yeah.
Glad you didn't do it, right? We definitely found stuff. I'm pretty certain that's going to test positive for cocaine. I don't have to guess that, right? But as far as charging her out, it's going to be a little more difficult.
Okay.
So I guess after we're done here, maybe I'm assuming all those pairs are out of that classroom, so I didn't want you guys down there when the pairs were there. So I just was like, hey, where's? And they're like, oh, our stuff is most of it's in a box. Cat packed it up to get it out of the way. So
I normally when a user will have something like this, right? Like this is her little go bag of essentially drugs, right? Like she's got stuff to use it. She has this stuff, and then she has another hit of it if she needs it, right? So I doubt there's any in the classroom, but we can definitely check through it. I don't even know if there's going to be enough here to test. Yeah, there is. I can test that. But again, I can get her to say, hey, is this your bag? If she tells me to go pound sand, there's no way we're going to be able to charge it out. Okay. But now it's out of the school, right? And that's it. And like I said, that's how this started, right? Like you felt unsafe going through it. 100%, I'm here for you. But
are you allowed to, I don't know if this is totally gaslighting and manipulating, like keep it in the bag or take it out of the bag, leave it in there when she comes on Saturday. Like, can you just check, is this all your stuff?
I mean, yes, but she's not going to say, no, my Coke's missing.
Officers then informed the school staff members on next steps.
We're pushing. She's out of the school and everyone's safe.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm definitely going to, so we're 100%, we're going to have a conversation with her. We're definitely going to have a conversation with her, right? Okay. But as you asked, it's as low radar as I can go.
Okay.
The case that we're on is at the public safety building, and I just called out here. That's all I did. Okay. They have no idea what I'm doing. Didn't say anything over the radio. I did ask for a second because I messed up and I didn't have my body camera on me. So I made sure he was here, which I'm super glad now, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean.
Yeah, and he's familiar with the whole situation.
And he said that too.
He saw the name on the box.
He's seen the name on the box. So. All right, well, I'm going to put the rest of this back in here.
Okay.
And then we'll check the classroom just to be sure for little nooks and crannies and stuff, and then go from there. But as far as charging her out, I'm going to push it a little bit, but odds are I'm not going to be able to. Just knowing cases like this, I can even write a report saying, as far as employment or unemployment, I can write a report saying we found it amongst her belongings, but again, it's not going to say it's hers.
Even though we know she tested positive too. Like, is that is that a correlation or no?
There's all sorts of stuff there, right? And I say that DA could eat that up if it ever ends up going to court. Eat it up. But as far as charging it out, I have to know it's hers to charge her, especially cocaine's an automatic felony, so it's a big deal.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, I mean,
we have no idea what's in that. So
based upon this.
The problem with any powder nowadays is it.
Fentanyl in there. She could have been killed.
That's what makes me a little weary of any powder. So again, I'm super glad you guys didn't go through it.
So the officers immediately test the substance, and the results did indeed show that this was cocaine. Officers then talked to Fasko about what they found. She actually came back to the school, and she fessed up to what happened.
So essentially, they called us. They can't give us a drug test result, right? They said, hey, here's what's going on. We had her take a drug test, and we're very concerned about her items now being in the school. So based on the items being in the school, there's no expectation of privacy, right?
Sure.
So I went through and I searched through that box. Okay. Where I found a little black bag. I mean, you're looking like you're in disbelief. Do you not think it was there?
No.
Okay.
So now what?
That black bag had a little straw in it with white powder residue.
Okay.
A sandwich baggie with white powder residue, as well as a little corner bag that was maybe a little hit. So again, when I weighed it, for evidence purposes, it was 0.3 grams with the bag. Not a lot. However, it still is cocaine. Tested positive using what we have to use to test it. So what I'd like to do today is to not put you in handcuffs, right? Like to have a decent conversation. I can do what's called a summons on complaint. What that means is you're going to get a day in court. You can talk about it with the judge, right? That's what I would prefer to happen right now. So if we can sit down, like, how long have you been doing it? Obviously, it's not okay to be on school property, right? And that's where we found it. Is there a reason it was on school property? I know it's hard to talk about. I get it. Do you want them to leave and we can just openly talk about it? That'd be fine. Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So, and again, based on it, the stuff being on school property, I know I'm allowed to search it, right? So,
Sure.
It's found in her desk. It was in the middle drawer, right? So I know it's yours. I can articulate that it's yours. I mean, what made you think like school property is a good choice for it? Because that to me is the big deal here, right?
And Fasko's ex-husband was also present when this happened, and he was shocked to learn about what happened. Maybe even more shocking is that Fasko told him she resigned, but she didn't really tell him the truth.
She's had a problem for years now.
Got it.
We were separated for several months. Long time. She went to Texas. Her dad's actually a drug counselor.
Okay.
So she spent a lot of the year in Texas with her dad. Supposedly everything was fine. She was off of it. Changed all this stuff. She put on. She used to be like 100 pounds. She looked healthier. She was putting on weight.
Gotcha.
I wasn't seeing any I left the house.
Yeah.
And I wasn't noticing anything. Like she wasn't fidgety. She wasn't doing anything that made me think that she wasn't staying clean. So I thought everything was good.
Fast.
And then the story I got why she got fired was she gave me a story that had nothing to do with drugs. It was something else.
Okay.
And again, back in my mind the whole time, I'm like, I wonder if this had something to do with drugs, and I was being lied to.
Gotcha.
And I took her freaking word for it.
Instead of arresting Fasko right on site, what police do is they decide to issue her a summons for her to appear in court at a later date. But had this played out differently, Fasko could have been facing a much more serious situation.
My number one thing is the safety of this school. Having it around kids, that's ridiculous to me, right? Mm-hmm. If it would have been in a little bit different circumstances, we would have ended up having to test every kid in that room, and if anybody tested positive, you'd be going away for a very long time. That was not the case. Where we found it was at least in a drawer. So do you know what bag I'm talking about? The little black one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we're not trying to
Yeah.
give you up. We're trying
We're-
to go
we're not.
honestly out of our way to just give you the minimum and kind of get you out of the school. Like you said, the main priority is the children's safety and having drugs in
And-
the classroom where there's other kids that have to potentially have
Yeah.
access to it. Like I said, we're not charging that route, but that's obviously a huge concern to us. So we're trying to get you to talk to us and try and figure this out. Maybe we can get you some help, and then you'll have a court date in the future that you can talk to.
And that's what we'd love to do. And seriously, that's what we'd love to do.
I've been trying. Like the whole part of me coming back into this house was she started this job. She's supposed to get insurance. She was supposed to start seeing a counselor. She was supposed to find a support group. All this other stuff.
Gotcha.
With her dad helping her, and it was weeks going by, months going by. Okay, what's going on? You contacted anybody? You found
Gotcha.
as far as getting a counselor. If you looked into a support group, all this stuff.
Right. And the crazy part, like a
Maybe this
school,
will force her to actually get help.
a school is actually a perfect place to be to get help. There's so much help here. I mean, and everybody you talk to here can't. I mean, if you walked up to them and said, "I got a coke addiction," they can't go tell anybody that, right? Unless you said, "I got a coke addiction, I do it at the school." That's different, right? Then now it's affecting kids. But Yeah, so we're just going to take a little ride real quick. You're not in custody. Like I said, I'm going to do a summons on complaint. What that means is you're going to get that in the mail. You're going to get that paperwork. I'm very happy. I need you to understand how serious this could have been, because if it would have ended up being a DEC case, which is very close, is children with, what does DEC stand for? Drug and injured children.
Yes.
If it would have been that case, and the only reason it's not is because it was in a drawer. The only reason it's not. Every kid would have got tested, and then you would have got a charge for every kid that is in that classroom. And that is a felony charge. So I need you to know how serious this is, and was almost you going to prison for a long time. Okay? So if this is your wake-up call, that's a good thing. All right? And you're good with just following us? You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can, again, I'm going to do it's called summons on complaint. You'll get the paperwork in the mail.
All right.
All right?
Yeah, that's something to think about. And look, Fasko, she collected the rest of her belongings off school property and she was escorted out.
And obviously I took the bag.
Sure.
That's the only thing that should be missing. I have my body cam on, so.
My test boxes.
Really carry.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. So yeah, let's figure that out. If you want to go through that in the car, we'll figure out if they'll let us back in that room. So maybe there's more stuff. We came in a completely different way.
Right out here.
Oh.
You have to go right out these doors, or you can go out
Running on
these
bed,
doors.
I got it.
Is this going off?
Yes, completely.
How do we get back into?
Here, you want to stay here real quick, and I'll.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went. Okay.
I don't really want to hear any more excuses, to be honest with you.
What's up? I don't know where they all went. We'll find one of them real quick and try to get the rest of the stuff, because I'm not looking to take stuff that's not theirs. Yeah, appreciate you just being open and honest, because otherwise.
To the office real quick. Do you want me to just call you? I'll talk to him quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then
You're
I'll go
good.
talk to him.
Okay.
Or on the radio.
All right.
Do you want me to follow him for stuff?
No, I don't. I have to get permission, because I know that there's another teacher that had that room. I don't know if they're still here or not. I don't want to encroach on anybody's space or anything like that. So, but I definitely want you to get everything that you say is yours. I got it. I gotta take some stuff out of my back seat real quick. So the second or subsequent in Wisconsin is a felony. So for a heads up, anything from here on out is going to end up being right in the custody if you're convicted, right? So
She did not send a text message and she is not here.
give me one sec here. This is how I was hoping this was going to go, though, because I really would like you to just get assistance. Anybody who can be a spec ed teacher, you're definitely a good human being. I know that. You know what? Did you know what bag I was talking about? Like what it looks like? Okay. What does it look like? Okay. It's for sure your bag, right? Okay. Hello? Hey. You're right. Do you have any pockets or anything on you? Can I call you guys in a little while? Okay, bye. You have pockets or anything? You're good?
Yeah.
Hat, glasses? Alright. You want to hold on to that?
Yeah.
Alright. You do have to put your seatbelt on.
Okay.
I'm going to go grab that stuff real quick and chuck it in back.
Okay.
Alright?
Now, it's our understanding that Kayla Fasko was charged with 1 count of possession of cocaine and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. And I believe that there is a enhancer here, a sentencing enhancer that makes this more of an aggravated crime, considering it happened at a school. But just to reinforce something, the scary part is, as you heard, just imagine if a child got a hold of the drugs. What would we be talking about right now? As of now, her teaching license is under investigation by the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, and she is scheduled to make her first court appearance on December 18th. We believe that she could, if convicted, face several years in prison. But we will see what happens. But that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Jesse Weber. I'll speak to you next time.